This is a collective tarot reading. This is a general tarot reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Tarot is not fortune telling. I will not tell you something that you don't already know. This is just a tool for your soul's expansion. So if you're okay with that, we're going to go ahead and get into it. I'm going to start with the overall energy of this reading, and then I'll pull some clarification cards. And then we will end with an oracle card. Okay, we're going to get right into it. It's the overall energy of this reading for the collective. At the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Pentacles. So this is you trying to create or wanting to create, or you have created this stability for yourself. You have dominion over your own life. You are disciplined. You are consistent. And because of that, and you know that you have to put in the work, you can't just wish things to happen. You have to put in the work for things to happen, and you are able to sit back and enjoy the results of that hard work in this time, or that's what you're working towards. There is an energy of fear and feeling stuck in your current reality, or in finding the drive to move forward and not like go back to your old ways. I think like because in the middle of this we have the Chariot. So this is willpower. This is like a fast card in the tarot. This is moving forward no matter the obstacles, no matter what's in your way. But on the sides of that we have, you know, some Knight cards, which are people who are on a mission. And I would say that you want to connect your heart with your head, or you want to like be able to manifest what it is that you will be fulfilling for you. But on either side of that we have some swords, so there's like some thoughts, there's some internal dialogue, there's some maybe like petty communications with others, there's something that you're not seeing clearly, or avoiding, maybe also feeling like there's not enough to go around, like maybe what you want to create is like in an oversaturated field, and so you feel like you're not good enough, like this is like imposter syndrome. But I do see the King of Pentacles here, so I do think that you are able, you do have the capacity to create what it is that you want. The the Eight of Swords is a card of, feeling trapped, feeling bound, feeling stuck in a current situation. But this is not the reality. There's something about not listening to your intuition or avoidance. I think that you know what it is that you have to do to move forward, but maybe you just don't want to. You feel like it's too hard. You feel like you're not capable. You feel like, why try? I think there's like an instant gratification aspect to this spread, because it seems like maybe you are avoiding doing what it takes because you just like, if you don't see the results immediately, then you get discouraged. Because you also have the Knight of Pentacles, which is somebody who knows that it's going to take a long time to get what it is that they want. And so they're not even moving. They're just in place. This is a very slow moving card. This is a card of like all of this land has been tilled in the background, and now like the seeds can be planted, but even so, it's like it's going to take lots of nurturing. It's going to take daily discipline, it's consistency, it's never giving up no matter how long it's taking, how it takes forever for the even like the littlest sprout to form, because you're just watering these beds of your dreams or your manifestations, whatever it is that you're trying to create for yourself. It's like you're pouring into it every day, but nothing is happening, and you have to just keep going, even if it feels like you're stuck in this like rut, and like you're doing all this stuff, but nothing is happening. I think once you're able to get out of that mindset of wanting instant results, of feeling discouraged, feeling stuck in your situation, because that is all a mental thing. That's your internal dialogue. That's the story that you're telling yourself, or the people around you telling you like, why are you doing this? It's never gonna work. This isn't realistic, like stuff like that. Then things will start to pick up for you, because then you have the chariot. But it's about discipline. It's about doing it every day. So we have to do that. You have to. There's no way around it. That's the only way to get what you want, is to do what you need to do to get it. Once you get over this like feeling stuck and you start doing what you need to do, then things will start to pick up, and that will give you a level of confidence, because you'll understand that it doesn't matter what the external reality looks like. It doesn't matter what anyone says. It doesn't even matter what you think necessarily, because your thoughts aren't who you are. Things will start to pop off for you, and you will start to feel in control of your life. That's going to make you feel more attractive, more life is going to start feeling more attractive to you. You'll start seeing the beauty in things again. You'll start you'll start opening up emotionally to whatever it is that you're invested in. I feel like right now you're like afraid to emotionally invest in this thing because you don't want to be let down, maybe for some of you. But you're going to start opening up and seeing the beauty in life, and you're going to start going towards something that you want to create. We do have the Knight of Cups walking towards the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords doesn't necessarily have to be like a deceptive energy. There could be deceptive energies in your life that you go towards. Like you might feel, for some of you, you might feel stuck if you're not going towards relationships, but that's only going to resonate for some of you. I think some of you choose deceptive relationships, and that's something that you need to look at, because it's getting in the way of you creating what you want. That is what is making you feel stuck. But for others of you, this is more of a strategic card, the Seven of Swords. This is like using strategy, only taking what you can carry, not overburdening yourself, not holding on to the thoughts that can weigh you down, only carrying the thoughts with you that are relevant to the situation, the story that's relevant to the situation that you're trying to create for yourself. So, for example, if you are telling yourself that you're an imposter, and how are you thinking that you can create this King of Pentacles energy, that is a thought to leave behind. If you're telling yourself that good things come with time and I'm working hard every day, that's a thought that you bring with you. So yeah, we're going to dig a little bit deeper in these cards and get clarification cards. But underneath the King of Pentacles, we do have the Nine of Wands, which is an energy of feeling jaded by life. And I think that you need to release the pessimistic attitude and belief systems that you have. I know it's harder than it seems. Like, it's easier said than done, basically, but it is something that is a daily choice. I was listening to this, I don't know if it was like Alan Watts or whoever it was, or it was Carl Jung, like a stuff that he had said, and it was talking about how enlightenment and like raising your consciousness isn't like a magical event that just happens. It's a daily choice. It's on the micro level. It's like every day choosing consciousness over unconsciousness in a multitude of ways, in every single situation, throughout every single day. And I think that is something that can help you if you think about it that way. All right, let's dig a little bit deeper. We're gonna do some clarification cards. At the bottom of the deck, you do have the World. So this is about a cycle ending and a new cycle beginning. This is the last card. This is completion and wholeness. This is like arriving at the destination, attaining what it is that you are going after. And that's at the bottom of the deck. That's what you don't see coming. So attainment is there. But like I said, your thoughts are keeping you from taking this new journey, this leap of faith. You're feeling stuck in your situation. You don't feel like you can create, or maybe like you don't have enough qualifications, or things aren't organized enough, or it's like, I don't have the money, the resources. Like, it seems like you're telling yourself that you don't have what it takes. Like, for example, if you're starting a YouTube channel, maybe you're telling yourself, I don't have a camera, and I don't have this, and I don't have like this computer and all stuff like that. But it's like, all you need is an iPhone in the end of the day. That's just a personal example that I can use. The story that you need all these things to be successful isn't true, because everybody starts from somewhere. It's just about starting in general. It's taking that leap of faith and starting, even though it feels cringe, even though this and that. So it's like, whatever it is that you're trying to create, whatever it is that you're trying to go towards, and I think that you're trying to follow your dreams. I think everybody has these reoccurring thoughts and visions, where we see ourselves doing something, or we see ourselves, like, for me it was always like a YouTube channel or something like that. And so it's like, but I've had these thoughts in my brain, and they come every once in a while throughout my life, but I like shove it down because I don't think I'm capable of it, and it's not the right time, and blah blah blah. But it's like, I think that you get these like intuitive hits of things that would be fulfilling for you, things that would be purposeful for you, and you want to do them, but you talk yourself out of it because you tell yourself you're not ready, you're too scared to take this leap of faith. So I would look at that, because I think that you need to be more spontaneous and trust in life and trust in your own visions and believe that they come to you for a reason. There's this quote where it says, like, the graveyard is the richest place on the planet because it's where all these dreams go to die. All of these things that people were meant to create, all these dreams that they had to die with them. And it's just like, you need to seriously look at what's going to be fulfilling for you and what you're not doing based off of a fear belief, a fear-based belief system, basically. The Knight of Pentacles is backed by the Knight of Swords. yeah, I feel like you need to be ambitious and action oriented. You need to move towards, I think you're going back and forth between doing stuff and not doing stuff, because you're like, I want to do it, but then like, I don't know, and I want to do it, but I don't know. And again, it's just like, how long are you going to do that? Because the more that you like think about it and try to plan it out and try to, it's like you're talking yourself out of it every time. This is like you going back and forth in your mind. You could be having a war in your mind about doing something or not doing something. And for everyone, this is a different thing. But there is something with the Judgment card here and the World card and the Star card. You have like major arcana cards coming in here, even the Chariot. So it's like there's something that has to do with like your purpose and your dreams and your aspirations, like what you're meant to do, what you're good at, what you're naturally gifted at, what's something that you do that doesn't feel like a job that you want to create for yourself or something like that. It's like you're going back and forth in your mind of whether or not to like follow your path. And I think that you need to just follow your path. It's not going to look the way that you think it's going to look. It never is. It never looks the way you think it's going to look. You just have to do it. I think if you don't take action, obviously nothing's going to happen, but I think you're also going to feel emotionally drained and like just bored and discontent with like your life, because the Chariot is backed by the Four of Cups, and that's a card of inaction as well. So it's like you're focusing on the wrong things. You're focusing on, you could also be like distracting yourself with other things, like saying, I can't do this because I have to worry about all of these people, or I can't do this because I have to take care of this situation, or I can't do this because I've already invested so much time and energy and emotion into these things. And so you're not focusing on the one thing that could bring you into balance and make you feel whole. This is about foundations with the Four. It's like emotional foundation. What are you focusing your emotions on? What are you emotionally investing into? What are you creatively investing into? And looking at that, because you're kind of like not doing what it is that you should be doing because you're focusing on the wrong things. The Judgment card is what backs the Knight of Cups. So I think what is going to be emotionally fulfilling for you is whatever it is that is your calling, because the Judgment card to me is about walking in alignment with your soul's purpose. So the Judgment is like, these people are ready to be taken. They're coming out of their graves. They're ready to be, or their coffins, they're ready to be judged for their lives that they've lived, because they're dead now. And it's like, are you living in alignment with what is going to be fulfilling for you at the end of the day when you're on your deathbed? Are you going to look back and be like, oh, I wish I would have done this, but I was too scared about what people think? Because even when like now as like a 30-year-old, I can look back to when I was a teenager and be like, I wish that I wouldn't have cared about this, or this, because now I don't. Well, when you're 60 years old, you're going to look back at when you're 30 and you're going to be like, I wish I wouldn't have cared about this, or this, because I don't care about it now. So it's like you need to have that foresight in knowing that the things that you feel like matter so much right now, and the things that scare you so badly right now, at the end of the day aren't as big of things that you're making them. Like, they aren't that monumental. They aren't that scary. They aren't that bad. They aren't that life-changing. It's what you're telling yourself. You're telling yourself that it's this. But I think that we need to really like hone in on what it is that is our gift, what comes easily to us, what we're good at, and how can you create a lifestyle around that is what is fulfilling, is taking your gifts, creating a lifestyle around those gifts. And if you can't just drop everything and go towards creating this thing for yourself, it's how are you going to integrate that into your daily routine? Because there's a need for routine and discipline and hard work and moving slowly towards something and knowing that it's going to take time. So you can't just drop everything that you're doing and become this thing right now, maybe not, but you can every day focus on that craft, practice that thing, act in that way. You can even do like visualization meditations or journal like what you want, get really specific, like things like that. It's just integrating it into your daily life, making it a reality in some way, shape, or form. The Seven of Swords is backed by the Star card. So I think there is like a fear that your dream is going to be taken from you, or somebody's trying to take something from you, or it's also like you, because the only way that that could be a reality is if you believe that truly, and if you act in that way. Like if you think and talk about how it's not possible for you because everyone else is already doing it, or thinking like, yeah, basically like, oh, it's already been thought of, it's already been done, I can't do it. That is, you're gonna be true for you. So you think like somebody's gonna take something from you, or like something like that. It's like there is enough to go around, and because everyone is different, so there's not one thing. I'm gonna move this incense because I don't know if the smoke is getting in the video or not. There is this sense of like feeling like there's not enough to go around, but there is. There's no way that anyone can take what's for you. If you envision it, if you can see it in your mind's eye, that's for a reason. You're being shown by your higher self. You're getting these intuitive hits, these visions. That's what it is when you imagine yourself doing something. That's a vision of your future self. So it's like you're getting these visions of the future of things that you want, that can be yours, that are yours, but it's like when are you gonna get there? Or are you ever gonna arrive there? Or are you just gonna like steal from yourself? Are you gonna be deceptive to yourself and tell yourself that you can't have those things? That, oh, that's just a daydream. Oh, that's just a silly little thought. Oh, I'm just being influenced by this, or whatever. It's like whatever you're telling yourself, that you're like talking yourself out of having this thing, creating this thing. You need to not do that, basically. Because it's just ruining things for you. You do have the Ten of Cups, so I think once you can get over the fear of not having something, of not being able to create something, then you will be able to create it. Because you have King of Pentacles energy, so this is like you are a disciplined enough person. You are, or you have the capacity to become that, because that is something that's natural to you. But are you gonna just let past failures define you, or are you gonna let these like worst case scenario belief systems trap you? If you're always looking over your shoulder for the next worst thing to happen, then it's gonna happen, type thing. Yeah, it's just slow and steady, not giving into fear, knowing that you can create what you want, and being confident enough to do it. Because the way that we build self-esteem is by following our promises that we make to ourselves. You have to follow along with what you said you were going to do. If you don't follow through, is what I'm trying to say. If you don't follow through with what you said you were going to do, then your self-esteem diminishes. Every single time that you break a promise to yourself, your self-esteem diminishes. And the only way to build it back is to prove to yourself that you can trust yourself. When you can trust yourself, then you can know that you can do anything, because you know your limits, you know your strengths. The card that we have is Tame and Attain. So I'm going to go ahead and read that. That's number 28. When a horse is tamed for riding, she endures countless weeks of intense training. If the trainer is patient, perseverant, and trustworthy, the horse eventually submits. The horse is controlled through the horse bit that rests in her mouth. When the rider pulls the connected reins, the horse will follow. The horse bit in this image represents directed power. The horse's freedom, stamina, unbridled passions, and primal urges. She symbolizes the untamed and powerful impulses within all of us. These impulses look like our intense outbursts, obsessive thinking, binging, recklessness, avoidance, and all wild expressions. All of these impulses hold immense power, but often this energy is directed very poorly. The human that tames and rides the horse represents our higher self, directing our personal power. Your willpower will be tested, so you must strengthen it. Sacrifice is required. Horse's medicine asks you to start with simple things, small things to build your willpower muscle. Stop yourself from saying a hurtful thing about someone. Resist eating the entire bag of chips. Watch something uplifting instead of watching garbage TV. You may feel resentful of the restrictions at first, but it will lead to an expansion of extraordinary capabilities. With dedication, the ego will soften and align with your willpower. Once you have given adequate time to building your willpower, it will become a superior force. Horse's medicine requests you tame inner appetites to become the person you were meant to be. This is horsepower. I hope that this reading resonated with you. If it did, let me know in the comments below how. I would love to read it. Thank you so much for watching and supporting this channel. I really appreciate you guys more than you know. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I will be posting collective tarot readings every Sunday on this channel. And I'll see you guys in the next video.